I mean, it was only a couple years ago since it happened again, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. It was due, I suppose. I just wasn't ready.
Food Talks with Miss Mina.
Celery and almond butter go so well together. Just like with peanut butter, if you have a spoonful of almond butter in your mouth, it really feels thick. You know, a little bit of friction, cringe, but at the same time you like it. The celery is watery, so it makes the almond butter easier to chew on. Of course, the level of H2O may dilute the flavor, but you can still taste the almond butter. Stephanel 2020. What is the worst food you have eaten when you were traveling? The worst food I have eaten. If the food tastes like $10, but it costs $100, that is one of the worst foods. Have you ever met a celebrity when you're traveling? By the way, I love you so much. Heart, 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 heart. Recently, I met Steve Aoki. Actually, I saw Steve Aoki twice. The first time was at a vegan restaurant, but I didn't say hi because he was dining with people. I didn't want to bother him. So the second time I saw him, I was like, you know what? I cannot not say hi to you this time. I think the most interesting thing about meeting celebrities out of the blue is like, it just makes you realize how small this world is. Untitled 0902. Among all the countries you have been to, which country do you recommend for the first solo trip? If you don't know other languages, you only know English, Bali is really great because a lot of the drivers, a lot of the local people know English. That's not to say all the locals know English, but I had no problem getting around in Bali. And Bali has a lot of landscape, beautiful, lush greenery, and coconuts. So many coconuts. However, there's a lot of bugs, big bugs. After Bali, I came back to America. I'm not scared of the spiders in San Jose anymore. They're like babies compared to the ones in Bali. If you're more into the city, you love like kind of New York City vibes, Singapore is very English friendly as well. A lot of great places to dine in Singapore. A lot of Southeast Asia tends to be warm, but not all the countries have easy access to AC. Singapore, everywhere you go, there's AC. Blue Panda Girl 2018. Do you have any advice on food? Chew as much as you can before you swallow. It aids in digestion. They say the saliva helps you break down the food. We need food. This is something that we have in common with other beings. You need to have a good relationship with food. Don't abuse it. Don't overeat it. Appreciate it. I know it's easy to overeat. I've been there. But when you abuse food, you're abusing yourself. I love it so much, but if you have cavities, you're gonna hate it so much. It happened before, but I never knew it happened again so soon. But I mean, it was only a couple years ago since it happened again, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. It was due, I suppose. Just wasn't ready. So you might be wondering, like, what happened? Actually, someone wrote, by the way, obsessed with your video. You're the only YouTube blogger I watch because you're not YouTube dramatic. I want to give you a little taste of my YouTube dramatic. I could be if I want it. Okay, so what happened again? My tech failed on me, which is actually kind of a big deal. My hard drive failed right after I finished editing a video. Wow, I wasted almost 2 full days, 2 work days on this video, and now it's gone. So it was Monday and Tuesday I had edited a video and it was going up on Wednesday. My computer crashed and then I was able to turn it on, but every time I tried to do anything, it would freeze. It would start pinwheeling on the Mac. This pinwheel looks so fun and celebratory, but actually it's like evil. An Apple representative recommended me to ship the computer to a place where they save drives, but the cost would be anywhere from $800 to $2,900, almost $3,000. And it's not guaranteed I'll get all my data back. It could be just a portion, whatever is recoverable. So I was just sitting there thinking, oh gosh, I have a bunch of files on here. The thing is, it's not the first time it happened to me. The first time it happened to me, it was like the end of the world. I was in college at the time and I was like, oh my god, all my work files are gone, you know, like so many classes. And I know there's a lot of terrible things happening around the world, including politics and just shootings and there's worse things happening than my situation. I try to put things into perspective. You know, a lot of times our own problems can be a bigger deal than what else is going on in the world, but I try to keep things in perspective. I noticed like every 4 to 6 years, my laptop or computer would just crash just like that. So celery with almond butter, one of my go-to snacks at night. J. Villanueva. Are flannels your favorite thing to wear? What do you think? Inni Chen, how are you so comfortable in unknown or uncurtained places? I feel like I'm more curious than confident. I guess I would appear to be more confident the more trust I have in the people around me. So if I felt threatened, I probably have a little bit different body mannerism. Typically, how you tell someone's a tourist is if they're looking at everything. Especially if you love taking photos, you're always like on the lookout for like, oh, what can I take a photo of? If you want to blend in more, try not to move your head as much. Rainy Kwa, what are the best cities or countries to visit with your parents? Oftentimes, our fellow viewers ask me, oh, when I go to this country, what should I do? What should I do here or there? But it's hard for me to answer that because the question is, what do you like to do? And if you're really into food, then I'm gonna be like, okay, do this. If you're not so much into food, or maybe you're vegan or vegetarian, do this stuff, check out these places. Maybe you want to try all kinds of food except seafood. This is another list. You love seafood and nothing else. Here's another list. Or maybe you don't care about food at all. You just want sightseeing. Maybe you just want to exercise. You want to walk a lot. You want to bike. Depending on what you want to do, that list will change. With family trips, you have to take into account how much it costs to fly each person. If you are living in America, for example, you're living in California and you want to go to Asia, round trip ticket, let's say for 4 people, it could be altogether $4,000 and up, depending on the airline you take. If it's a long trip, you don't want to go with like a really cheap airline. When I was younger, I didn't mind paying a cheaper airfare and be a warrior and tough it out, but the older I'm getting, I'm like, I need to have a little bit more comfortable seat. I don't need to sit in first class and be like lying down on a bed, but I want to have a little bit of leg room. And sometimes I'm sandwiched between 2 people who hit me with their arms. I know they're not trying to do it on purpose. It's just if you're sleeping and they keep hitting you, it could get kind of ornery. Even if they're friendly people when you talk to them, but if they keep hitting you when you're sleeping, it's like, can you just leave me alone? A family of 4 going from California to Asia versus going from California to New York City. Price difference. Whoop!
Major price difference in flight, yes, though in terms of food, accommodation, and entertainment, you'll likely spend more money in New York City compared to Bangkok.
And also weather. Some places tend to be hot all year round. Does your family mind that? That really bothers me when the butter is on the bowl. I want it to be clean. That's better. Hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A session. There's a lot more questions to answer, and I'm gonna continue answering them in the next food talks. And what was I gonna say? If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below.